Hey everybody, it's Taz from Handheld Hollywood. I want to do a quick follow-up to a story I did right after Macworld. As you may remember, we covered a lot of cases because that's pretty much what Macworld was this year, was just a ton of cases. One of the cases we showed you was from a company called SubCostume, and they allowed you to customize your own cases for iPhones, iPads, make your own cases with photos. And the reason I was excited about it is because you could put your own logos on it. And I thought the idea of putting production company logos on all your iPads and iPhones while you're on set was a pretty cool idea. So as a member of the press, they gave me a couple little free coupons so I could try out the service. And I ordered an iPhone and an iPad case, and they came in just recently, and I want to show them to you. There's some pros and cons, but this is the iPad case right here. As you can see, I sort of used one of their predefined textures behind the logo. It's all grayscale. This is the iPhone right there. They're white on the inside. They just snap in place onto the device. But there's some pros and cons to these things, and I want to tell you about them all. So first let's talk about the pros. For one thing, the finish on these things is really nice. Here, let me see if I can show you this right here. Very, very nice finish, very smooth, very clean. I think I might have noticed an imperfection, but now I can't find it again. Oh, maybe that. I'm not sure if that's just schmutz or what that is. But overall, the finish was very nice. They both snapped into place really well on devices and held their position quite nicely. But there's actually more cons than there are pros. For one thing, they took a really long time to arrive, like a really long time. Now, they were giving away a lot of these things to the press at Macworld, so they probably had a backlog. But they took a really long time, so I tend to think they're probably still going to take a really long time. Another thing is if you take a look at the iPad one here, you'll see that this piece right here is cracked. This is the way it came. It was shipped in bubble wrap, but not much more than that. And as you can see, it's cracked, which is kind of a bummer. There's also, I noticed a printing imperfection there. That's supposed to all be gray, like it is on this side. And then one thing you can't really see here for some reason, which is kind of a bummer, but these are both supposed to be grayscale. But when you see them in person, they're actually more like green scale. The gray looks like green. You can't see it here. In fact, here it looks quite nice. But in person, these look green and kind of icky, to be frank. I wish I could always just have them on camera. But in person, they're not especially attractive, at least not grayscale. Maybe if you have color pictures, it'll look different. Also, the logo I have here, when I did the design on the website, it was perfectly centered on the case. And maybe you can tell here, but it's not quite perfectly centered. I know I'm probably being OCD with that one. And the last con is that they're quite expensive. Now, granted, I didn't pay for them, but you would have to pay for them, and they are fairly expensive. As you can see, the iPad case is $30 and the iPhone is about $25. If you really want to do it, if quality isn't necessarily an issue and you can wait for it and you don't mind your photos having maybe a greenish tint in the darks, then it's great. But otherwise, I would say maybe wait till they work out the kinks, and who knows, maybe they'll get it. They'll get a new printing system or a new printing vendor sometime soon. And if they do, I'll let you know. But that's it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.